this guy right here, his star is going to continue to rise. And I'm so happy that I was able to catch up with him as he is right now filming season 4 of Star Trek Discovery. Who am I talking about? The great David Ajala. I am so happy to have my next guest with me. I met this gentleman about 3 or 4 years ago at Comic-Con, and he's been amazing ever since. What's going on, David Ajala? How are you?
What's up in the house, Paul? Thank you for having me. Good to be here.
Hey, man, great to be here, man. You know, and I kind of told the story before I brought you on, David, about how when I first met you, it was in the Chocolate in Space press room with Jody, when you and Jody was in there. Jody Smith was in there, and I remember I took a picture of you and and then I posted it on Twitter. Yes. And not only did you like it, but you friended me after that. And I was like, this is so cool. David Ajala, he friended me. So ever since then, you know, David's been an awesome guy on Twitter and everything. I can reach out to him and tweeted him, and it's super cool. So thank you for friending me, David. You're awesome.
Oh, pleasure, man. Oh, that's light work. Mutual. Hey, happy to do it.
Nah,
I'm impressed with your memory. The chocolate in space. Oh, that was hilarious when that came about. That phrase was coined on that day in that moment.
I remember because Jody was like, "Hey, David, isn't it Chocolate in Space?" And Jody just got picked up for the Last of Us Part 2 series. That's going to be for the remake for the video game. So I was like, "Wow, that's pretty cool."
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, really awesome.
And it was
great girl.
And it was like that cast, David, you and her and others. You guys were just an amazing cast. And David, your career has just been outstanding, man. I've been following you for many years. David, what got you into the industry in the first place? What made you want to be an actor?
I didn't know it at the time. I think one of the things that I enjoyed about acting was just being able to entertain people and crack jokes, be the class clown. I also grew up on Eddie Murphy movies, James Bond movies. So I have a lot of fond memories of like seeing Eddie Murphy for the first time in movies like The Golden Child and Coming to America and Beverly Hills Cop, Another 48 Hours. And I just thought it was so dope how this guy could very seamlessly go from doing comedic acting to dramatic acting. And my mom and dad also thought that I looked like Eddie Murphy. So I think I kind of entertained the idea of being an entertainer and a performer. I don't think I was particularly good at it when I started, but I enjoyed it. And that counted for a lot. And I think that's what kept me committed enough to really work on my skill set. And I'm thankful that I did.
And David, you do like Eddie Murphy. I'm just noticing it right now that you said that. I didn't even think about that before. But, you know, and I look at like some of the roles that you had. Let's look at the Arrowverse, you know, when you played Manchester Black. And you couldn't tell me about that when I saw you at Comic-Con. You were just like, "Hey, just watch. Something's coming up. And we were like, "This is like pretty cool." And what was it like working in the Arrowverse?
It was amazing. I mean, it's funny because I had auditioned for I think Supergirl and The Flash, and I think another show like years prior. And yeah, it was cool to do the audition and what have you. And I remember when the guys from Supergirl reached out to my team about possibly, you know, taking on board this role and to see if I was interested. And there was just something really cool about the role. There was something really cool about the story that they pitched. And I thought, I want to be a part of this. And I'm really happy that I said yes, because it was great. And I really underestimated how huge the fan base was for the Arrowverse in its entirety. It's got a massive following, a very, very dedicated fans, and to be part of that family is great. Really, really cool.
Yeah, and your character was kind of gangster. I was like, you know,
you went against the grain a little.
Yeah, but great performance in Manchester Black, David. And then I remember a couple of years ago, Comic-Con, you were like, "Hey, I'm on Star Trek." I was like, you're on Star Trek, what? And then on Discovery,
I remember that was at San Diego Comic Con.
Yeah, we were at the E party, and you were like, "Hey, I'm working on Star Trek," and you had that sharp blue suit on, that.
Yeah, good memory, man.
You're looking sharp, man. Thank you. I knew I'd be bumping into yourself, and since I'm joining the Star Trek family, I had to make sure I came correct, So I got a little tailor-made suit, with my own little interior, initials inside. You know how we do.
That was a tailored suit.
That suit was sharp. Now, too bad, David, that I'm not your size, because I would say, hey, brother, let me wear that suit, but
borrow it to you for the weekend.
Yes, I could be David for the weekend now, but that really just showed just how far your journey was to now be in Star Trek. And tell me what it's like to be forever in canon, as far as being a Trekkie and everything. What was that experience like?
One of the special things about Star Trek is it's been part of popular culture for many, many years. And it's a show that I've always been familiar with. And just because I've been familiar with it, it wasn't necessarily a show that was kind of on my peripheral or on my horizons to be like, yeah, that's what I want to work on. But then the opportunity came about. The guys from Star Trek reached out to my team, the showrunners, Alex Kurtzman and Michelle Paradise. And they reached out to my team and they had this idea for this new character. And they were really excited about this new season 3, because they're going 1,000 years into the future. And it just allows a lot of room for freedom to create outside of canon. And I don't know, there was just something about the energy which I found really encouraging, really exciting, and really forward thinking. And I was more than happy to come on board. And then you come on board and then you're on set and you're speaking with actors and the crew. And the beautiful thing about working on this show is a lot of the crew are fans of Star Trek, have grown up with Star Trek. Their parents introduced them to the franchise. So there's just this great infectious energy that you naturally walk into. And I think that's the energy that kind of helps to not feel overwhelmed with carrying the weight of this legacy.
And when you look at the legacy, Gene Roddenberry was really innovative in his thinking. Can you look at the cast of the original Star Trek? He had African-American woman, Nichelle Nichols. He had a Japanese person, a person from Russia, all these different type of ethnicities out there, how that has always been a part of Star Trek. And I think that's what drew us as Black folks to like Star Trek, because we saw people who looked like us. And then we had Deep Space Nine, when we had Captain Sisko, and then when we had the Next Generation, LeVar Burton, and then we even had Michael Dorn as Worf, and now you as Book, and we have Sonequa as Burnham, and others as well. And I'm like, this is like really, really awesome. And David, it seems like you guys have a lot of fun on set, because it comes across just the scenes and everything. Is that true? You guys have a lot of fun.
We do. We do have a lot of fun on set. I mean, the thing is, being on set, you're surrounded by cast and crew for many hours of the day. You're doing long hours together. Everyone works really, really hard. And we embrace the levity that comes with, being actors on a show, being employed to embrace make-believe. So there's always going to be an element of fun. And especially with, the relationship between Michael Burnham and Cleveland Booker, there's a lot of levity in their relationship. And Sonequa and myself have a cool shorthand way of communicating. And we just allow, our energies, our good, positive energies, to cross over into the work that we do, because it's organic and it's real, And the same way when it comes to doing scenes that may be a bit more challenging, we do the same thing. Not a day goes by on set where there's not a good, hearty, communal laughter. And I'm very glad to be a part of it.
And we got a season 4 coming, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. Have you guys kind of learn what direction the show is going. I feel like I'm at Comic-Con now because I think I see virtual like PR people staring down my neck now when I'm talking right now. But I know there's only so much you can divulge right now, but something tells me it's going to be a really, really awesome ride. Can we say that?
Oh, absolutely. And I remember reading the first few episodes of season 4. I read them; they were sent to me last year, and yeah, we there is no warming up into the season. I'll say that.
YouTube, what's going on? If you want to see more of the rest of the complete interview, you can check us out on the Entertainment Zone app. It's available on Roku, it's available on Amazon, and available on all these other platforms right over here. So again, thank you so much. I'm going to get back to editing these videos.